That's good. I like
So which
that.
actual level sode is this?
This is actually 17. Yeah.
Okay. Level sode 17.
My favorite number.
Air Temple.
That's an air temple. That's why.
Level sode
Air
17.
temple. Air temple.
Oh, I thought you said hair temple. I was like, yeah.
Storm Eagle.
That sounds awful.
Hair temple? Bare ankles. Okay. What? I don't know.
Where are we going with this?
It doesn't
I
rhyme.
don't know.
Just sounded funny.
What have you been playing?
Hey, I'm Jossum. And I've been playing the same fucking games that you always ask that I know. But Rhythm Heaven, still fun. I think I'm gonna write a review on that soon because the game doesn't really end. I actually did start
Did
playing.
Atlas make that game?
Don't know.
Okay.
Hitman Absolution. I actually started playing it again.
Nice.
I decided to stop being a bitch and just get past the level, even though I didn't get a perfect score. So I beat the level that I was quote unquote stuck on by just killing people that I didn't want to kill and then killing the person that I had to kill. The stories, I like that game though. Tactics Ogre, been playing that, not really. And Chivalry, still playing and that's it for now. I got, I know I said this last time, but I got Breath of Fire 3 for PSP and I really can't wait to start playing that game because I love it.
Okay.
And I really wish Capcom would stop making crossovers and make another Breath of Fire game. But actually keep making crossovers too. Yeah.
Okay.
Marshall, aka Keeper, aka Guest Star, aka
Well,
guy.
Oh,
Marshall. What games have you been playing, dude?
a lot of Faster Than Light. That's
That-
basically all I've been.
God, I want to kiss you on the mouth so
That
bad
is
because
why.
you're playing that game. Everybody should seriously play that game at least once.
It's on sale.
It is.
Yep.
It's
Well,
totally on sale.
Till the 29th.
Yeah.
Till the 29th.
You got days.
Yeah. But that's basically all I've been playing. I bought a bunch of games because there's the indie stuff going on. Oregon Trail.
I got that. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Everybody's been picking that game up. I should
It's
just
like
probably get on there.
$3 or $4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
should
was
play
cheap.
I
just get
mean,
it.
it's Oregon Trail
They-
with zombies.
They
Yeah.
said it was for Android in the trailer, and that confused me because I have Steam on my phone and I don't have. I can't download games onto my phone using the Steam client.
No, you
on the
cannot.
phone, and I was like, "What the shit? I want Oregon Trail on my on my phone." That was actually the whole reason I bought it. But anyway, I bought that. I bought a Half Minute Hero, which I haven't had a chance to try out yet. I bought Binding of Isaac because it was cheap.
Still haven't played. I still haven't played that.
Play that.
That's,
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of talks with game developers and stuff, and he's one of the guys that I've been watching, and they didn't
Who?
talk about it. Edmund
Edmund
McMillan.
McMillan.
Yeah,
Mullen?
Millen.
Okay.
That guy. So I respect a lot of what he does, and I should play his games. So that, and I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fat Tyler 124. What have you been doing?
Just because of work, I really haven't been playing too much extra gaming, but
Okay.
I've been getting my Happy Wars on every
Yeah.
night. I'm
Saw
doing
your
my
stream.
treasure bonuses, and
Yeah.
I'm doing the event this week, or it's like for the next 2 weeks or something like that till April 1st. I'm fighting super insanely hard computers
Okay.
and trying to get sweet ninja armor.
Tight.
So my tiny little stupid happy dude will look like a ninja. Right now I got a pretty sweet ninja mask.
Okay.
I mean, everybody should play that if they have Xbox Live.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
I mean, all it really, like, to get better items, it just requires you to check in once every day. You don't even have to play a match.
Yeah. It looks like Smite.
I
Kind of.
haven't played Smite, but
Smite's basically like another MOBA. It's pretty much like Happy Wars, where like
Okay.
you have to play online. It's like a massive like thing. Like you're in an arena and you have to like destroy somebody else's tower, like in League of Legends, Smite, and Happy Wars.
well,
So-
the only difference, like, it's similar. Just in Happy Wars, you don't destroy the towers; you just take them over.
Oh, okay.
So it's like there's not really lanes, and there isn't like the random waves of just like creep spawns.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's normal guys, so it's just it's just team on team fights, and so it's 15 on 15, and you're just trying to like kill each other
Mhm.
and then take over the points. Because as soon as you take over one of the hill points, you can spawn from there.
Oh, okay.
And so you're just trying to like advance closer and closer
Yeah.
to the other person's base, but you don't have to capture them in order. So you can actually, like, backdoor people. So, like, if you're getting completely overwhelmed, you can just be like, oh, well, fuck it. Their entire team's over at my base. I'm going to backdoor them all the way. And then my team is just going to jump into their base.
Basically just switch sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Black Lance has been telling me you guys have been kind of cheesing people a lot.
We invented the new meta for that game.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's me as a warrior, Sketch, that's Lex Lingo as a mage, and Black Lance as a cleric. And the three of us will, instead of doing anything else to help our team, three of us will just run around all of the action, go over to the enemy's base, build a ladder to their castle, and then just climb up into their castle, smash down one of the walls, and then go in and capture their head tower point. And we're just ending games in less than 3 minutes because no one expects a team to be that organized and just go over there.
Move though.
It's so fun though. We're winning matches.
That's totally cheesy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a new meta.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
The new meta.
if it tells you as soon as someone is attacking your base and as soon
Right.
as it's been breached. So I mean, their entire team could just suicide and then respawn at their base and easily stop us.
Yeah.
But because most teams are oh well, somebody is going to go back to
Somebody
the
will get
base.
it.
Somebody will go
Somebody
back to the
else,
base.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody else will go back to the base. If their teams just don't go back and we've we'll see other teams try and cheese us like that, and we'll kill ourselves, stop our advance, and then go back to the base and stop it. It's not that hard to avoid, but just lots of teams aren't looking for it. So we're getting lots of wins.
Cool.
I like winning.
Yeah, winning's tight.
Winning is
Winning.
That's important mediocrity.
Duh.
Oh, we played League of Legends.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
We
play
did.
League.
It was really fun, actually.
Yeah, I had a great time. And you got me that cool new Blitzcrank skin, the
Yeah.
iBlitzcrank. It looks so clean and smooth. I love it.
I just want you to feel more like Will Smith. That's really why.
William Smith.
William Smith. Yes.
I was gonna say something about the new trailer of the movie that he's in with his son, but
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
yeah, I don't want to say anything.
So it's gonna be the best.
It's gonna be the best movie, you guys.
The twist is, it's good.
That's a real twist I want to see.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan, just M. Night Shyamalan himself, just what should I do here? And just oh, let's make a good ass movie. Nah, you can't do that.
Yeah. So,
Hell yeah.
Raccoon Chad, I've been playing, Machinarium. That game is fucking awesome. It's really hard still.
It is so hard.
Really, really goddamn hard. I'm actually getting pretty deep in that game right now. I think I might be getting close to the end of that. I pretty much went insane with the new sale that happened, the spring indie sale, because just hey, indie games, that one thing that I really, really like.
Yeah.
Everything's $1.
Yeah, everything's at least under $5. So I got 18 games for under $50, and I was just fuck yeah!
I can't wait till I get paid so I can just...
I know,
I hope I get paid soon enough that I can get some indie games.
dude. I got this new game called Primal Carnage, where you can play as dinosaurs and humans. It's natural selection, but with dinosaurs.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we could totally play that. We
We
could be like a
could play
pterodactyl,
Fall
and I'll be
of Cybertron.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We could be just Dinobots.
We could
That's
just-
almost the same thing.
Okay, that's fine with me. I'd rather be a dino bot than just a regular ass dino. I also picked up Rock of Ages, and I played that today. It's
I have that game.
super fun. Yeah, I saw that you had that. But man, that game's fun. You just roll a huge ass boulder down a hill and crush things, and
So it's
the game.
so it's Katamari but backwards.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't pick up shit. No, I saw a Katamari knockoff the other day, and it's
Oh,
on
really?
the Steam sale.
What?
It's instead of rolling stuff. I don't remember the name. I wish I wrote it down. But you're this avatar that just walks around, and it looks exactly like Katamari. I swear to God, they're either A, paying homage to it, or B, ripping it the fuck off.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I bet you it's both, because the environments they have are just so weird. They have mahjong tiles and lollipops right next to it. It's just Katamari much, guys. But yeah, so. But yeah, Rock of Ages is fun. Still playing Loadout in the closed beta.
I want to get play that game. That
Dude,
game
you
is
guys
so
should.
fun.
You guys really should sign up for the beta access. Really, they actually pick out who they want to give out a beta key to. Like, you have to have like certain hardware requirements, like a certain amount of RAM, certain amount of hard drive space, like a certain type of graphics card, like a benchmark or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, like they don't give them to just anybody. So
Not just anybody. Only Raccoon Chad.
I saw.
Well, no, like you guys definitely have good PCs. I don't know about your
I
PC.
don't.
Okay. But well, I mean, you do like design shit, so you have to have a pretty good CPU. Okay.
It's a funny story,
Okay.
but
Well, yeah.
I saw they were like talking to you on Twitter.
Yeah, no, they've been mentioning us because like we mentioned them in the last podcast, and that's when I
Did
really,
they
like,
listen?
Yeah, they listened to the podcast and they responded back, and they're
yeah.
like, actually, you can post videos of the game, but you just have to label it as like a closed beta, just so like people know that this isn't the final product. So I might
shout outs to Loadout Crew.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Loadout and Duckster, like the social media platform
Yeah.
I talked about in the last podcast, like they're really responsive. Like I asked them about the Facebook, connecting Facebook and Twitter to our community page that I made for us on Duckster.
On Duckster, yeah.
And Ace, one of the guys on there, like that's like I think one of the devs, or like maybe just one of the like PR guys, and he starts talking back to me in the forum, and he's like, "Hey, so I can talk to the dev team for you, and we can probably try to get this like as a feature for you, or like just have this as a feature if enough people want it." And they're totally open to like listening to people's suggestions, and they will take them seriously, obviously, because I just suggested something. They're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And they're totally doing it now. Like, we can connect Facebook or Twitter to our community page because I asked if that would be a feature in the future. And they're like, yeah, we'll make that. He's like, just give us a few weeks and we'll do that. And I was like,
Sweet.
wow, you guys like really are listening to people. Like, you're not just
tight.
being dicks. Like, I'm serious. Like, everybody should make a Duckster account. Like, because it's still in its infancy. Like, they just made this new social media website, and like, they're totally open to new suggestions, and they will actually listen to you and take you seriously. Like, these people are fucking awesome. Like, I can't speak any more highly of these people. Like, make a Duckster account, seriously.
That's tight.
Yeah, but big tangent there. I also played Super Hexagon. It's only $1 on Steam right now. If you have $1 to spare, you have one. You have absolutely no reason to not pick it up. It is fun as shit, and it's too addicting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super fun. No pun intended. Scratch that pun intended. And then I also picked up Monster Loves You. They knocked off $1, but I didn't really care. I was going to pick it up anyways, and it's a choose your own adventure style game, and it's so much fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you're playing as like a little monster. You can either be like really good and like unite the monsters with the humans, or you can be really evil and like gobble up little tiny girls and like ruin the human race. Yeah, so like there's a lot of places you can go with that. I played Thomas Was Alone. I was a little scared to play it at first because it looked like really goddamn hipster, and it kind of is because it's so 8-bit that you're actually playing as pixels. And I'm not kidding. Like, you're playing as either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 like pixels.
Nice.
Yeah, and I found out like halfway through the game that you're actually just AI. Like, you're in a computer and you're playing as AI, trying to survive in the computer. Yeah. And there's a part in the game that I can't tell you guys about, but it completely changes. So, yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan?
Only not shitty.
Word.
DLC Quest, a lot of fun. I saw that you have that too, right? Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And then this MC Escher style puzzle game called Bridge. God damn, that game is hard. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like, anybody that's seen like an MC Escher painting, like, try to imagine that that's a puzzle and like walking through it and trying to solve it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what it is. And then the last one that I have is Little Inferno, and that's, you burn stuff in that game.
I was gonna.
It's actually a lot of
playing
fun.
it.
It's actually a lot of fun, and I beat it. Like, you can beat it like within a few days. I mean, you don't have to get all the combinations in that game. That's not the point. Like, the point is just to like have fun with it and just burn stuff. But like, it's a really, really dark game. Like, there's a twist in that game that I don't really want to like give away, but it's fucking like really dark and like really, really depressing actually. Like, it's kind of a fucked up game. Like, it may look like a really simple concept of a game, and it kind of is, but at the same time, like, you can tell that like it's there's something really, really fucked up going on in the background. So yeah, definitely give it a look. But yeah, that pretty much covers what I've been playing.
That's what's up.
So let's jump right into it. Mike,
Word.
this was your suggestion, so why don't you lead the discussion for this?
All right. I pitched the idea that basically I want to discuss kind of what makes a game timeless, what games do we consider timeless, and what like upcoming games that obviously aren't out yet could possibly become a timeless game. Just because I feel like that's kind of a relative term, and I feel like everybody, I mean, not really, I mean, but to an extent, like what one person sees as timeless,
Yeah.
a lot of other people might not. For instance, perfect example, your disdain for early Sonic games.
Yeah.
Not disdain, you just don't love them. You just
I
don't
just
care
don't like
to play them.
I don't care to play. Yeah. It's like me and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, I don't hate them. I just don't care to listen to them.
Right.
You know?
And a lot of people would consider that band classic or that game timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe, but I guess also timeless and classic are different. Because
Well-
a classic is a game that's old, that's great, but
That kind of like redefined the genre.
yeah, that might have redefined the genre or something like that. But I guess a game that's timeless is a game that, like, in 2013 you still would want to play regularly.
Yeah. We'll see, like, that's me with Super Mario World, and that's why that game is going to be timeless to me, because, like,
Ooh, yeah, that's it.
yeah, like, that game I can literally play and actually have a good time every single time
Super
I play
Mario
it.
World,
No, yeah,
Brothers.
Super Mario World. The one
for
where,
SNES.
yeah, for the SNES. And same with Star Fox 64. I can pick that up and play it and have a grand old time. Not so much Mario 64, because it's too big. There's too much going on in that game, and I don't have the time for that. But, like, Mario
Trying to
64...
get all 100 stars?
No, fuck that,
I don't
man.
got time for 100 stars.
Yeah, I don't. But, like, you can seriously just spend a couple hours and play Star Fox 64, or in 30 minutes you could beat Super Mario World. So I think in my definition of something that's timeless, something that either takes not that much time out of your day, like you could finish it within a day, or a game that is so big and, like, everything in it is so involved with the main story that it's just good. Like, Ocarina of Time, that is a timeless game in my opinion, and that doesn't meet my definition of, like, being short and concise and being in a day.
Right.
But, I mean, people are still playing that game. Like, Alex of the Talkies podcast, like, she's still playing that game. She just goes back and plays it every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hell of people do that. Like, people just go
Leanne
back
does
and...
that too.
Huh?
Leanne does that too.
Yeah. Like, people just love going back to playing the Zelda games. Like, I think, I would say a majority of the Zelda games are either A, classics, or B, timeless, and C, both. Like, they're just good games.
Yeah. Like, one game I love coming back to, or like, at least when I was in high school and probably middle school, every time, like, I'd have a sick day where I was, like, knew I was going to be sick for a couple of days, I'd always go back and rebeat Super Mario RPG. Cause, like,
Yeah,
I just
nice.
love that game, and it's just,
Good
like,
choice, man.
it's just, like,
Yeah.
it's condensed enough that, like, I know, just if I give myself 2 to 3 good days, like, I can just
Yeah.
blow through that whole game.
Yeah.
And, like, I can do all the, like, extra stuff, and just, it's so fun.
I've actually never played all of that game, or like most of that game.
I
but
have.
I've only
Yeah,
beaten it
once.
once. Yeah.
It's a good, like, warm-up RPG, because,
Yeah.
like, you can only, like, the max level is 30,
Yeah.
and then the leveling up isn't too severe. Like, you can choose your different stats, but, like, it really doesn't matter what you put all your points into, because no matter what, like, you're going to be able to, like, beat the game, and,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to grind too much in it.
Yeah. It's very well balanced. Well, yeah, that is for sure.
Yeah.
So then, what do you consider? What is the definition of timeless to you then, Tyler? Because that definitely doesn't meet Chad's credentials of like.
It's just games that, like, for me, timeless is, like, you personally don't get sick of playing it. Like, you can always just, like, go back to a certain game and, like, as long as, or some games, like, you have to spend a certain amount of time away from in order to, like, gain your appreciation for it back. But it's, like, games you can just, like, you know, always go back to and play. Like, there's a lot of fun NES games that you can play. And, I mean, like, they're quick, but you get the whole game feel within like playing Mega Man X.
Yes.
Oh god.
You get the whole game feel,
Mhm.
and like it's not like a whole stretched out process where you have to play for like a really
It's a couple
long
hours.
time.
a
It's just
couple
like
hours,
you can get your Mega Man like fix in just by starting up the game and like getting past the tutorial level.
Exactly. Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Very well put. Very well put.
I love that. Was actually going to be one of the games that I was going to say is definitely timeless. Is just the first one because it's just so well known.
Mega Man X.
Mega Man X,
Yeah.
the first Mega Man X game, and like I feel like the X series is like it's hard enough to keep people coming back and playing, but it's easy enough and different enough to where it's not so frustrating as some of the early Mega Man games. Seriously, some of the early Mega Man games are just like painful to play because they're so hard.
Well, yeah, the first one for sure was really, really difficult.
And I mean, even when we played 10, the game is so hard, dude. How long did it take? It took us like 4 or 5 nights in a row.
Yeah,
Before we finally like were able to like pick it up and like just really get through it all.
Yeah,
the way
because
for
when we
some
first
reason.
picked it up, we were just like, it's just a Mega Man game.
And I was just like, I got dash jump. No, I don't got dash jump, dude.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
So your day was automatically ruined because of that.
I love dash jump.
Yeah. So what other timeless games are there for you? Like what other games that you play that are timeless?
Well, Counter-Strike.
I was just.
It
gonna
ha-
say,
I mean,
like,
I have
was
to, I
just
have
gonna
to
say
say
it's gotta be
I have to say
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike because I am still playing that. Like
Yeah.
I've,
Yep.
since I started playing Counter-Strike, I can always go back and play Counter-Strike for a while. There's definitely times I don't want to play Counter-Strike, but if somebody asked me if Counter-Strike was a good game, I'd be like, it's a great game. You know,
Yeah.
I would suggest it to people that enjoy first-person shooters. So
I feel like that's a timeless game for a lot of people. Like not just you. Like
yeah,
for Turner for sure. Like he's been on that game's nuts for a lot. Like for like the past month, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, he's just
Yeah.
been playing that game super hard.
yeah. Some of
Shout
our
out to Turner.
Yeah,
shout
Hope
outs
you
to Turner.
recovered
style.
quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, that game, quite a few of my friends are playing it, and honestly, like, I'm in the mood right now where I don't want to be playing it.
Yeah.
So, like, I haven't been playing it with them, which is kind of shitty because I'm, like, I was Counter-Strike guy, you know? I was just like, oh, let's go play Counter-Strike. Hella funny, kind of, like, way tangent, but in the webcomic Control-Alt-Delete, his coworker or whatever at the game store that he works at, which is basically GameStop, is just Counter-Strike guy.
Oh,
So like
okay.
every time he talks to him or says anything, he always responds with like, yeah, CS guy, dude. Like just like like one of those 3 words is in every sentence, whether it's guy, dude, or CS. And it's just like he's always just talking about it, and like hella funny that just like he puts up a different poster like all the time and shit. You're just watching like if you watch the different comics change. I haven't read it in like probably 10 years now, but like when I was reading it, it's just like there would just be a new CS like poster at the shop every frame that he was in. I'm just like, cool. Like, all right, dude, you're me basically when I was 14. That's cool. I back that. So yeah. What about you, Marshall? I feel like this is a good question for you because you're really picky.
Yeah.
So I feel like the whole
I've
time
been thinking about it really hard the past like what is it? Well, I don't know when you told me what it might be. When you mentioned that
I think
might be a topic.
I think it's Thursday because Thursday I have class, and when I'm in class, the last thing I think about is whatever's going on in class. So I'm always like, hey, what's the podcast topic for this week? And if I haven't heard anything, then I'm just like, what's a cool podcast?
Brainstorming,
Yeah,
yeah.
then I start brainstorming.
All right. Well, I thought about it real hard, and I think Final Fantasy Tactics
Yes,
is up there.
Okay.
I can pick up that game anytime.
it's too fun.
Yeah, and it's like I don't even care that there's this huge intro and I have to do all this stupid crap in the beginning. It's like I don't care.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I'll get through it and I'll make my team and then I'll put it down and then the next time I pick it up I'll do all the intro crap again, delete my old save, make a new team and then quit again. And that's fine.
Have you beat that game?
I got all the way to the final boss and then
Shouts to the final boss.
and my save got deleted
Yeah.
by Jacob.
Oh, shout outs to Juggalos.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then he beat it and I
Oh.
watched him beat it. So I kind of
close enough.
Yeah, I got there, and then I was gonna like grind to level, so I could actually go through the whole place in like one swoop, and it wouldn't be a pain in the ass. And then he deleted my save, and I was like, well,
Why?
I'll just watch
Fuck
him.
my life,
It
then.
was an accident.
Yeah.
He was just leaving, and he's like, oh no, and like the look on his face when he did it was hilarious.
Word.
He sat there, he's like, "You're gonna kill me." And I was like, "I might." So that Super Mario World is a great. I didn't even think about that one. Gunstar Heroes.
Oh,
I've been playing
yeah.
that again
No, no, no.
recently. And
Yes,
it's,
that's another.
You know,
That's definitely one for me.
I don't know. I'm hesitant to say any new games that have come out in the past couple of years as timeless because they haven't had their time to
Yeah.
prove that they are.
Okay, but
but-
what about those games makes them timeless though?
I was thinking
Tactics.
about that too.
That's another thing. Like tactics, I definitely can agree on, and I think the reason why that game's timeless is just because there isn't games like that are coming out.
That's true.
They're like, okay, people can say XCOM, and like, I'm sorry, like I played the XCOM demo and I really wasn't that impressed, but maybe I just didn't let it impress me. Like maybe I was just being a stickler about things, but I feel like I don't see very many tactics games that aren't just RTSs, like turn-based tactics games like that are coming out. I mean, obviously it's a different era, and so not very many people want to play tactics style games anymore. So, I mean, I understand the market is small, but that kind of does make it timeless to an extent too. Just because the game, I mean, part of it for me was the story. The story is really intricate.
Deep.
I want to say I've gotten through the first 2 chapters of that game at least 6 or 7 times, and I have no idea what the story is about. No idea.
Yeah,
It
changes. That's the thing.
It doesn't change.
It does. Like, the entire first half of the game doesn't really matter by the time you're in the second half of the game.
Okay.
Because the entire, like, direction of the story has shifted.
Yeah.
Like, it's all just a foundation for the last half of the game, really.
Okay.
It's kind of, it's really strange.
I kind of knew that, but I know it has, I know there's just like a bunch of factions and stuff like that, and like, you, get exiled and shit like that.
Yeah, you become a heretic.
Yeah,
like, halfway
heretic.
through.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than halfway through.
But I don't know. I just feel like there aren't very many game types like that. And I know, for instance, I'm playing Tactics Ogre, which is directly based upon. I mean, it is the same game to an extent.
Yeah.
But they just changed the combat quite a bit and made it so that you can actually out-level your opponents only in story battles, though. If you're just running around grinding, your enemies will be your main character's level.
Yeah, fun story. Tactics is actually based off of your main character.
Right.
So whenever I did like grinding and stuff to get my team up to spec, I would just never grind my main character. So he'd always be half the level of the rest of my team, and fights were so much easier. They were just I broke the game with that because I'd walk into any fight with my main character and everybody would be based off of him. So everybody would be half the level of the rest of my team. I just mop the floor with everybody. That's how you beat that
And your
game.
main character would just walk back and forth.
My main character, I usually made him a black mage because you need Bolt 4 for the Gafgarian battle halfway through. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me ever. If you there's the battle where
Gafgarian.
your team is divided off. Your main character is sectioned off with just Gafgarian. You have to beat him.
Yep.
And the rest of your team is fighting this other super hard battle.
And he's way up there, and you're way down here. He's on top of the
you
castle,
have
and you're at
2
the bottom of the
turns for
castle.
him to get to you within range to attack, and then your main character's dead, and you just lost. So I always get Bolt 4, which kills Gafgarian instantly.
Is it just a one-hit KO guaranteed?
Well, it depends on your zodiac sign in that game, because your zodiac sign drives your stats for magic and
How do
physical.
you... See, shit like that is cool to me.
Yeah,
Like, you tell the game when your birthday is, and it's like, this is how cool you're going to be then.
this is how
You're
good
just
you
like-
are going to be depending
on, like, your stats.
because, my birthday's in May, so I always get Taurus, and Taurus is specifically better with magic for some reason in that game. So my main character is always a mage.
I just always played
Always.
a monk lancer. I jump
There's
on
that
people
too.
and then
You could also
punch
be a mime if you wanted
I
to.
jump on people and then I punch the shit out of them, basically. I'm like, hey, here I am, and now you're dead, okay? You're fucked. That's the storyline.
Here I am, now you're dead.
Yeah.
Like telling them what's happening.
Yeah. It's called Repeating Fist, and your character just literally, it looks like your character humps them, and then just 30 explosions happen on the enemy. Like, because, because it's from 1997, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like a Super Nintendo game, but on like 3D terrain. So you're just like, boop, and then it's like, and you're just like, cool, I just launched 1,000 mini rockets at you, but apparently I hit you hella times with my fist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are the reasons, personally, for me, that game's timeless. I could probably talk about the game forever, though. But
So I'd say some of the major contributing factors to timeless games are gameplay, story, and nostalgia factor.
Yes,
Definitely.
nostalgia definitely.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Super Mario World makes it on my list.
Yeah,
If I were to play it today, I probably wouldn't like it as much.
yeah.
I would say that eventually we're probably going to see BioShock, the first one, as a timeless game in the future because, like, I mean, that game is fucking fun. Like, you can, it's so easy to break that game. Like, just get the wrench perk and
Well,
get the frozen.
The game just
frozen
on
wrench.
its own is broken in the fact that there's no like punishment for dying.
Yeah,
It's just you can constantly throw yourself at the wall
exactly.
and just keep dying over and over again, but your enemies don't regenerate the health that you've like dealt to them.
Yeah,
And so you can just like constantly wail away at enemies and I mean, oh well, I die. I'm gonna get up and then go back over there
yeah.
and just
I need to beat that game.
you do.
I need to play it.
Do you have it, Mike?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I got it on Steam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a free copy of it now.
So then,
Shout out to the
based
pre-order.
based on the, I don't know. Did you answer what you think is a timeless game? Based on the game.
He said what games he thought was timeless.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, based off those, do you think you can make
It's-
a?
There's nostalgia for sure,
Okay.
and that's a whole like category of timeless games in my mind is the nostalgia games, which is like Super Mario World and Gunstar Heroes and Punch Out 1 goes in that as well.
Yeah.
Yo, Wild Guns.
Yo,
I never owned
Wild
Guns.
Guns.
I never played it when I was
Yes.
little.
Wild Guns.
What are you remembering good games?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you are. That's exactly what
I
you're
think
doing.
that game is timeless. I feel like
Dude, totally. Those are almost all those arcade games, like Turtles in Time, so
The
fucking
original
timeless.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
played that in the arcade, but I've like only on Super Nintendo.
Turtles
I
in
played
Timeless.
the Ninja Turtles arcade game, where it's
Oh,
like the first
God.
levels in the like burning building and you save
Yeah.
April from Bebop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that game is amazing.
Yeah. I guess.
Early Street Fighters also.
Early
played that.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And
The X-Men
Mortal
arcade
Kombat.
game.
Yeah, the
Mortal
X-Men
Kombat.
arcade game. Yeah.
All
The
these
Simpsons
fighters and-
arcade game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. You know what? Yeah, I think a majority of the arcade games that I played back in the day are definitely like automatically timeless to me. Like
Yeah.
DDR Stepmania, like that's timeless. Like I mean, I don't play it right now, and I don't really play it anymore. But like, I would consider that a timeless game though. Like even though I don't really play it, like it's still fucking fun. Like
Yeah.
it's a classic rhythm game. Like can't really go wrong with it.
Like some games do lose their polish over time because like there's certain aspects of like you can forgive certain games because like it's a really slow play style, but at the time like it was acceptable. But then the like as time goes on, you're like, oh, why is this taking so slow? Like, why is the combat so bad? Like this
Yeah.
game just takes forever. And like some games, yeah, they don't age well, but
Yeah.
still there's concepts to them that like over time the concepts are at least classic and they get carried over into other games.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot to mention this, but like, I mean, I've been playing Sonic Adventure 2, and I'm realizing now how god awful that game really is. But at the same time, like, I'm not like done playing it. Like, I'm not gonna stop playing it. Like, yeah, the cutscenes are dumb,
Awful.
like, horrible. The
That's
dialogue
literally
is
the worst part
worst
about that
part.
game,
Like, yeah, they really are. Like, cutscenes are the worst part of that game, and like, you could tell that they literally just like cut the game from the Dreamcast and then just put it on the PC. So no bug fixes, nothing. Like they didn't do anything.
No.
Like, everything that's been wrong with the
You got
what
it on
you played.
PC?
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah. Well, it was the Steam sale. But yeah, like, but regardless of all those bugs, like, it's still fun. Like, I'm still having a blast playing it. Like, it's the Chaos for me. Like, that's the winning Chaos. Yeah, that's
whatever
the
you
winning.
want to call them. They're
Whatever.
so cool.
But yeah, like, that's and the song that plays when you go into the Cheo Garden, like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's
The only thing that game is missing on Steam is the little memory card from the Dreamcast that
Yeah.
you could take them around. Like,
yeah.
I wish there was a way around that.
Me too.
But I mean, oh well.
That's part of the reason why I wanted to get a Dreamcast again, you know? Just because of that one thing. I
Yeah.
swear to God, that and Power Stone 2.
Yo, Power Stone.
God, man.
Timeless?
You know what? Yes, because
Yeah.
that was a run around. That was a 3D like actual
What was
3D
that game?
fighting game.
What was that game?
It was a 3D fighting game.
It was
Yeah.
a 3D
Like,
something.
literally.
It was a
Literally.
well done 3D fighting.
Yeah, like
game.
they did not fuck around. Like that was fucking good. Like you
Because
just,
like it was
Did you play
almost on like a
Battlefront?
Smash Brothers level.
No.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, it was on a Smash.
Yeah,
Bros.
because
level.
it had the final Smash, which was collecting all three. Was it
Three gems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
3
3
gems.
gems to collect, and then you got your super mode where you just super fucked people up.
Yeah. And there was items that you could grab and use against your enemy. And
Yeah.
like you can have like 4 players in like one map.
Yeah,
And like Power Stone 2, they just took that and ran with it even further. And like
they made so much. Like they had expansive levels where like
you could make items, like you could invent new items and
Yeah.
shit.
The
Like,
reason I know about this game is because the Continue guys just recently played it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty cool.
dude, you should have like in its time that game was amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's
no,
still
it looks
fun.
like it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's super fun. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely timeless.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if I still had my Dreamcast, I would be playing that. Like that's the game that we would be playing to see who would get to host or like open up the final boss. Not Super Smash Brothers. It would be Power Stone.
Word.
But yeah, the final boss in that game,
Outrageous.
shouts the final boss, is like that giant slug monster, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
And when you can unlock him as a playable character, what? You can unlock that guy? It's so cool.
Tight.
But yeah, like that's, I don't know. That's, so I guess now that I'm like jizzing all over the podcast over all the games that I like, I would definitely say that the majority of something that makes a game timeless is nostalgia. Because like a lot of the games that I consider timeless are like old or, dated or,
Well, part of that I think is that they've proven that they are timeless. Like I said,
yeah,
I mean, who knows if the new Bioshock that's coming out is going to be timeless? It
yeah,
hasn't had a chance to do anything.
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I think? Honestly, I think the factor for me personally is originality. Because
too.
now that I'm looking at it, like all the games that I honestly see myself like always coming back to, or at least wanting to come back to, or games that I feel are just memorable, are something that I've never played before usually, or have taken something that I've liked and expanded on them. My next thing is KOTOR. That game is
Okay.
awful graphics wise. It's horrendous. I literally can barely stand to play that game because of that reason. But all other factors of that game, the combat, the play style, the story, especially, it makes that game great to me.
And I think it's also the difficulty curves of the games that we're talking about. Like, like they may be easy to us, but like, Turtles in Time may be really goddamn hard to somebody else, or Wild Guns may be really hard to
Wild
somebody
Guns
else,
is really hard.
or Final Fantasy Tactics. Like obviously, like
really
you're
hard.
expert at it, but
I
well,
wouldn't
what?
say I am.
But I mean,
But yeah,
like you understand how to like go through the game.
the back end of the
Pretty
game.
fucking
there's,
well.
There's a front end of the game and a back end of the game, and once you
Yeah.
discover the back end, you're like, everything makes sense now.
Yeah, but I mean,
until
like
then-
it's also the bugs and like the glitches in the games that really like give the game more character, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like it's the flaws that make it so great to play.
Like speaking from experience of that, when I worked at Nintendo, I was responsible for playing Ninja Gaiden when it was getting taken over to Virtual Console. And so we'd have to go through the game and, look for bugs and stuff. But then as soon as we found any bugs, we'd have to then go back and play the original SNES version. And if any of the bugs were found in the original version, it didn't get fixed. So, like, any of the old glitches of just being able to jump through walls and, like, get
wow.
out of environment and stuff like that, even though it looks terrible, if it was in the original, don't change it.
Yeah,
That's tight.
way to just spill everything. Now that we're all chewing and making really gross noises on the
That's
podcast.
really good, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah. Shouts to Marshall for giving us
Key lime
extra
pie
dessert
gum.
delights. Sugar-free gum, key lime pie. Please don't sue us.
I don't want that.
Sponsored.
I'll have that.
I can taste the
Did you
crust.
chew this?
Yeah.
I can
Oh, okay.
literally taste the crust.
Can you really?
It tastes delicious.
All right.
This is
Give a
really
quick
bad.
review.
No, We can't do this.
No, don't put that on
There's
there.
too much chewing
There you
going on. I don't want to be part of this. I can't be a part of this charade anymore.
I love charades. Charades is timeless.
Okay. What?
Pools are the most expensive console,
They really are.
and they're timeless.
they're timeless.
Yeah, I mean, I
We're
can
not out of
honestly
context,
see
right?
myself going back and playing in a pool whenever I have the chance.
Cool, what?
A pool.
A pool, like a
A
swimming pool.
giant hole full
What
of
does charades have to
water.
do with pool?
Oh god, you're way behind. You're
So we're
somewhere else.
already past charades.
You're at least
what?
You're at least chapters behind it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what you're doing, but it's not the right thing.
Not even paying attention.
A game I feel that'll probably become timeless, just because of its popularity right now. I feel like League of Legends is going to be around for a while.
Oh, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
No.
but I don't. I was actually going to bring that up, and I would actually not consider it timeless.
Why?
I don't know. Like, there's just something
why?
about it that I.
I consider it like the same as WoW. Like WoW isn't timeless. It's gonna be around for a long time, but it's not timeless by any
No,
means.
it's not.
But I mean, League I think is gonna be in that same vein. It's gonna be around for a long time,
Yeah.
but it's not.
I
gonna
feel
be
like
timeless.
MMOs. It's going to be harder for MMO and MMOs particularly to be timeless, just because
They're going to shut down the
they'll
servers
end.
eventually.
Yeah, eventually the servers will end, so you literally can't go back and play them.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, City of Heroes.
Yeah,
that game,
dude.
I
Yeah.
consider City of Heroes timeless. Actually, I mean, it's not there
Now,
anymore.
more so now.
Now
that's-
it's an
yeah.
antique.
Yeah.
But
And you got to play it, which is really cool.
But I mean, I literally I played that game. It was my first MMO in 2004, and then I was still playing it back in 2010 and 2011 because it's just it's so different from any other MMO. Like the way it's just the shit is just random, and the travel abilities, you literally can jump around. Like if you socket your travel abilities and just max the shit out of the jump, it's stupid how far you can go.
Yeah.
Literally jumping a mile.
Mhm.
Just boom.
Yeah, I
Later.
yeah.
So I don't know. That game was really timeless to me.
Magic the Gathering. Why did we not mention that? That is timeless.
Are we doing tabletop games? Because we're doing tabletop.
No,
games.
yeah,
I got a list.
let's. We should really. I don't know why we haven't touched on that yet, but
Well, then
yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously
Well,
that's timeless,
we're just gonna-
but definitely Magic the Gathering.
Call
That
it
is
timeless.
such a timeless game, man. I can I can definitely see myself in my 40s or 50s still playing that game.
not
we're
with
still
the, not,
collecting.
with
not
the new
with,
cards.
Not with the cards
Oh.
not with the cards you have now though. If
Oh
you think
no,
about
because
it.
those will be fucking.
They're kind
done.
of. I feel like that's such a bad idea, man.
What?
Just making the new cards strong like that.
Dude.
I know, it's a great idea
Better,
monetarily.
yeah. It gets more new players in,
I get
and that's ever since. The reason they did that is because Hasbro bought them out, and they're like, we need to get more new players interested in this
Not
game
only
because
that,
it was
but
very
we-
exclusive. It was such an exclusive game to get into.
Marketing wise, think about it. We have all these old players that are keeping all their old cards, building all these old decks, and going to tournaments. Well, if we ban all the old cards, all those old players have to buy all new cards if they want to keep doing their hobby.
Yeah. See, he hit
That's
the
why
nail
I
on the head
stopped.
right there.
That's why I stopped buying
Yeah.
cards.
Because they turned it into more of a business than less of a fun thing. But I mean, at the same
Well,
time,
it's if you're playing standard, isn't it? You have to play with at least the last three iterations of the game.
yep.
So if you want to stay current, you have to constantly be buying new cards so that way you can play in the tournament.
But see, as a casual player of Magic the Gathering, I don't really give a shit about staying current to that game because
I
every
still
time
have all my old decks, and I love playing with
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
I like playing with the new ones.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the great thing about those new cards that have been coming out. I can actually hold my own against a really experienced or seasoned player like Marshall or Chris. He's got a lot of old cards, and he plays the game very, very well. And the new cards that have come out have given me a chance to actually defeat him every other time, I guess. But so yeah.
I just like that you can mix old cards with new cards.
Yeah.
And I mean, as long as you keep up with the way the rules have changed, because they're constantly revising rules, because there's a lot of shit that's broken in that game just because of wording. And I mean, they don't foresee every possible outcome every single time,
no
or
way.
how
No,
some
there's no
things
way.
can affect certain things in combination. But I mean, they do their best to adjust around it.
Yeah. What other tabletop games
would
would we consider timeless? I guess.
jumping, I don't want to mention Catan, but Catan. I've only played it
It's
once.
a fun game.
But
I will admit it's a fun game, but I could only stand so much of that game.
I played it once with Blacklands and his parents.
Yeah.
It was super fun though. I enjoyed it. I built roads.
I want to say Dominion's gonna be. If you haven't played Dominion yet. Oh, yeah. You guys played
we
the
played
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
Version
base.
of it.
It's the base of every deck building game.
Yeah,
right?
it
I
is.
mean, it's basically
It came out and then everybody else copied it, basically.
Yeah.
Which is kind of harsh to say, but it's true.
Ascension is also in the same vein. I don't know if I would consider that timeless, but like that's definitely another deck building games that I thought was
We need
pretty
to play
fun.
the Year One Wizards game.
Which one?
Year
Oh,
One.
Epic Wizard Battles.
Yeah,
of,
we-
of
Oh,
not-
yeah,
not-
yeah. I
not
own that too,
Bloodfire.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun
Like
ass
Star
game.
Wars, yeah.
Ass game. Why do you say that? Yeah, I don't know.
That
I don't
one's
really
definitely-
play that many board games anymore.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say I'm not.
I'm gonna bring
very-
over Zombie Side sometime. We're gonna
whatever,
show
dude.
it. It's Left 4 Dead the board game. It's so
Okay.
good.
You don't like Left 4 Dead.
I don't like Left 4 Dead, but I like Left 4 Dead the board game.
All right. Word. Okay.
No, I'm okay with Left 4 Dead. I
So,
played the beta.
Is there a definition or like at least some requirements that we can come up with for a video game
Oh, that's what I was
to
trying to
be
say.
considered timeless?
The
Okay.
so like nostalgia is a big factor, but I think there's like 3 categories. There's nostalgia, there's replayability, because I think Minecraft is timeless. Because every time you play
Yeah.
Minecraft is different, and you can do whatever you want to do in the game, so you're never done doing things.
Yeah.
And there's so many mods and modded servers out there that
Literally
it's timeless.
Yeah, literally infinite freedom. in that
Exactly.
game.
So that makes a game timeless.
Yeah.
If it's well designed and well made.
And it is, and the music is
Yeah.
actually pretty good too.
Mhm.
Shout outs to C418. What's his name? The guy
Oh,
that-
C418.
Yeah, C418. Yeah, shout outs to that guy.
Yeah,
Awesome
he's
music,
cool.
man.
And
yeah.
Mojang, sure.
Yeah, Mojang, whatever. yeah.
Notch.
Yeah,
Making
sure.
a
He's
sweet
making
ass
that new
game.
game that he's doing. The what is it called?
I
Zero
think
X10 to the Sea, I think is what it's called. I don't know, his new first person shooter he's making.
Yeah.
And then what is it? The third category was I forgot what I was gonna say there. It's
Nice.
unfortunate.
Originality.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say that's. I think that's the one thing, and I think for that reason, like that's the only thing that you can actually use of those 3 that you can assume that an upcoming game will be timeless with
Is its original?
its originality. But I mean, obviously we haven't played them, so it's kind of hard to just be like, this game's gonna be timeless or that game's gonna be timeless.
Yeah.
Could you
Well, it's-
consider Portal timeless?
You know, I think it's too early to tell. I don't know.
It's definitely original.
Yeah, it is definitely
I-
a very original game.
What's the difference between a timeless thing? Like, you have timeless movies and you have cult classics. I think Portal's going to be more along the line of like a cult classic.
That's
eventually.
yeah. You know,
Because it has a lot of like
Yeah.
references and stuff to popular culture and things like that that don't.
That won't translate.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it spawned a lot of its own pop culture, but
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, what's original about Counter Strike? Because that was just a first person shooter, but with like it was
What-
originally just a mod for Half Life.
It was the first
It's got-
precision shooter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Huh.
the first like you're not
with like real guns.
you're
'cause,
not
like,
you're
before
not
that-
running and shooting all the time, because if you are, you're not hitting anything. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like I don't know.
because I feel like everything else before that was like Unreal Tournament and Doom.
Yeah.
like they were unrealistic shooters,
Yeah.
and like Counter Strike. I mean, it's not 100%
Oh, it's
accurate, but
not.
I mean, it's a lot closer.
Yeah, I feel like it was the first.
It's the happy medium between fantasy and reality.
Yeah.
That's what you want in a game, and that's what it has.
It was the first structured, competitive, precision first-person shooter.
Wow, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, it was a mouthful. Don't ask me to say it again because I don't remember. But
What was it again?
it was. Nah, I don't remember. But it was the first one of those.
Yeah.
And kind of like with Minecraft, there's just too many mods for it. So you can go on a server and they invented Gun Game, and then Valve saw that and they're like, we're just gonna put that in our next game then. So now you play CS:GO and there's Arms Race,
Yeah.
and then there's the superhero servers and the Warcraft servers and the surf maps and the freaking
Warcraft servers.
just all that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
And they're so fun.
They
The
are.
crazy maps where it's just like
There's-
obstacle course.
Yeah,
Dude,
and-
Pool Day,
yeah.
Ice World.
Yeah, all the FY maps, dude. That's the tight thing. And
Yeah.
dude, there was even a Pokemon mod that I found where you literally picked one of the first 3 starting Pokemon and then you just shot things and like leveled up and then got like skills and shit that you could use.
Dude, that's cool, man.
I only played it for like 20 minutes and I was like, oh, somebody's already like a level 100
Charizard.
Articuno or some shit. And I'm just like,
Articuno?
I want to be you, but I'm not. So I'll quit this. I don't know. I feel like that's another reason Counter-Strike is timeless. And it's funny because you can go and play any three of them and even though they're the same game, they're so different.
Mm-hmm.
They're all just so different feeling from each other.
Yeah.
So I feel like Mass Effect Trilogy is timeless.
It's gonna become timeless. I was actually gonna mention that earlier
It's too
become
big.
timeless.
It's too big and it's too immersive. And the universe, it literally is the next Star Wars. Like that is what it is. It's just too expansive for them to only make 3 games from. And that's why they're going to be able to make more games. You know, if the universe was just like, this is the story, it's like, no, there's so many races and there's fucking extinct races now and just like all this crazy shit. And like, there's too much going on to just leave it
there's so much
trilogy.
you could explore, like with the fucking Krogans alone.
The Krogan and the Rachni War, they have to make a game out of that. There's no way.
I don't know if I should do this, but I'm pretty sure he'll agree with me. Chris, my roommate, aka Doppelganger Alpha, I think that he would actually consider Skyrim to be a timeless game because I see that guy playing that game all the fucking time. And
I'm
same with DDO.
disagree with you just to play devil's advocate. You would never say something like that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and he does
So you guys
not
are such
think
good friends now.
that Skyrim is a classic game.
I didn't say classic, I said timeless.
Yeah, he doesn't think it's timeless or classic.
So you can't even get your shit straight. 'cause
No,
you said classic.
I know him so well. I know what he thinks before he thinks it. Because see, he would have made that same mistake
Oh,
too.
really? What did
He would have said it wrong.
He would have said, that game's not classic. What the fuck, Chad? That game's not
continue, Chad.
classic.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I
Metal
see that.
Gear.
Yeah, I've been
Metal
staring
Gear.
at it all day, and it's definitely classic.
The Metal Gear series.
Oh yeah, this dumbass shirt that I'm wearing.
Yeah, fuck that shirt. But I feel like there's no real games like Metal Gear at all.
Yeah,
In terms of story and gameplay,
and it is
it's like the
timeless.
gameplay is so like
Unique.
It really is like extremely unique. Like it's action and stealth. Like it's a great blend of action.
like it was
and
one of
stealth.
the first like real stealth games where it was just like, hey, you don't have to like kill everything. Be as quiet as you can and avoid everything, and we're gonna reward you for it.
Or you could be a complete crazy asshole and just kill everything that you
It's
see.
like you're
Why
gonna get a
not?
lower
Yeah.
skull or
You
a
could do
lower
that.
score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's just when a game opens itself up like that and says, "Hey, there's more than one way for you to play this game." Obviously, the player that really likes it is going to say, "Well, I'm going to do that then because I like it so much and I want to see what it's like to do this other thing," you know? And like that's what I do with Super Mario World. Like sometimes when I play it, I'll be like, I'll beat this in 15 minutes and like, you know, get the first, I'll get the yellow switch, just get the yellow switch and then go through to the first Star World, go back all the way to Bowser's, Star Warp, and then go to
Take
his
that back
castle,
door.
and then
Yep.
take the back door, and then go right in there.
I love
15
doing that.
minutes. It's 15 minutes. Or if you want to be a completionist, get every secret, get all the switches, get every star,
Go into the
warp,
reverse world.
go into
Special
the special world and get cool, rad, you know, all tubular,
Make it
all
all
those,
Halloween.
and then go to the Halloween and then do it all over again, and just keep doing that ad infinitum.
I did not get that far in that game.
Yeah, but it's just
I beat that game plenty of times. It's just not that shit.
it's so much fun to be a completionist with that game.
I remember
because, like,
I was the first person who showed Brady that you could beat that game in under 30 minutes. I was like, dude, let's beat Super Mario. He's like, what are you talking about? It's going to take a while. I was like, no, just watch.
yeah,
He was
it's
like,
not that long.
I don't think so. Do you remember this game? I was like, do you remember this game?
Yeah.
And then I showed him the whole backdoor thing. And he's like, wow, I didn't know you could beat that in 30 minutes.
Yeah, learning. It's a thing.
Learning, that is one thing.
that is one thing.
One small step for mankind, and learning is a thing.
This just in from Raccoon Chad, learning is a thing. Yeah, so I guess, is that Mike Jossum?
Hi.
Did you want to, are we?
Why don't you take us through what we learned today?
Yeah. Why don't you give us a wrap up?
Well, we learned
Learning is a thing.
that first of all, learning is a thing, courtesy of Raccoon Chad. There are we come to, I think, a unanimous disagreement. Not disagreement, but a unanimous decision is what I was going to say. That there are 3 main factors in deciding whether a game's timeless, including originality, replayability, and nostalgia.
Yeah.
Which makes it again hard for us to determine what games are coming out that will be timeless. But I feel like with those factors, you can kind of think about games that are out now that you love, or that a large population of people love, and like the reasons why, and like kind of figure out which ones will be timeless. And we've also learned that Wild Guns is the shit. And yeah, those are the main key things I feel like we really talked about today.
Like you really can't even sit down and think about this for like 5 minutes and come to like a for sure like idea of what you would consider timeless. Like anybody that's listening to this right now, like try just sitting down for like 5 or 10 minutes and thinking about like what you consider a timeless game. Like it's hard to come up with a definition because it's such a vague thing, because it's so specific to like each person.
Yeah.
Like what I consider timeless could be completely different from what you consider. Like I liked Final Fantasy Tactics, but I would not consider that timeless. Like that is not a game that I would like to go back to play. As much fun as it was, like I don't want to go back to play that game. Like
Katamari, I feel like that's a timeless game.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. There's so many games that we didn't mention that are completely timeless that we all would.
Castlevania, Metroid.
Yeah, totally, definitely. Yeah, so that's
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
For me, is like one of my timeless.
Is that the side-scrolling one?
It's the Game Boy.
Oh, the Game Boy one.
One
Okay.
where he wakes up on a beach, and I was gonna say Pokemon, the original Red and Blue.
Yeah, what are you guys doing, huh?
I don't know.
I saw
I'm over
those
here
on my
sleeping.
guitar amp on my way out, and I was like,
What,
those are the two.
Okay, so
Three.
what about Link's Awakening sets it aside from the other Zelda games,
I have
though?
absolutely no idea.
That's the problem with Zelda.
Portable.
It's different. It's just
Cool.
a different game than the other games.
It's definitely
That game's hard.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
I just never know where to go in that game.
Oh. It feels a lot more open worldy than most of them are.
Yeah, definitely.
I think another thing that we've come to an agreement on is that it's really hard to define what makes a game timeless.
It's relative to whoever's opinion.
Completely
Yeah.
relative.
Well, it's the same thing with like what is art.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah,
That's deep.
that is really deep.
Because I mean, like
deep as a
certain
pool.
games, like people look at it and be like, "Yeah, I mean that's fun, but I don't want to play that all the time." And then other people are just like, "That's my favorite, like CS guy."
Hi.
Like some people might look at CS and be like, "This isn't enough like Call of Duty." Like the not being able to like aim down your sights, that bothers a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like that's just a classic CS thing, and I mean like you don't need to aim down your sights in order to play that game. Like.
Nope.
If you're good enough, you can be really accurate with your guns if you know how to shoot them.
Yeah.
If you know how to spray and pray, which I did with the AK-47 and still managed to be okay at it, because I think in 1.6 it was actually a pattern.
Yeah.
And if you could figure
absolutely.
out the pattern, then you could just be like,
Yeah,
like
you
spray and
it's
pray.
down,
and
it's
then-
down left. You move down left.
Yeah.
Because the spray always went up
Yep.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No, it's good job.
yeah.
So yeah, we're creeping up on an hour here, so I think we should probably put a period at the end of this sentence.
All right. Well, news articles then.
Yeah, I've got a couple news articles that I wanted to mention. Civ 5's Brave New World expansion adds XCOM soldiers. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that will officially unite both of those different worlds. Like it's obviously a nod to XCOM that they're doing that, but like.
Well, it's because if you pre-ordered XCOM, you got a free copy of Civ.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that like they're basically by doing that they're saying that these two worlds are in the same place. Like,
They're canon. to each
yeah,
other.
exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, they're canon to each other. By doing this thing, they're making them canon to each other. So that's a thing. That's pretty cool. Double Fine, their new adventure game, finally has a title, which was released obviously at PAX East because that was this weekend. Hope everybody had fun doing that. I didn't get to go, but we're going to be doing PAX Prime because we're in the Northwest. It's going to be
4 days.
PAX Poop.
yeah. So the Double Fine game, the title is called Broken Age. It's a point-and-click adventure. It's about a boy and a girl leading parallel lives. You can pre-order it on Broken Age's website. $15 gets you beta access to the game, and even more dollars than 15 will give you access to, like, I think $30. Then you get to the forum. You get access to concept art and all this other shit. And yeah. And then there's a Kickstarter for a documentary on the LGBT gaming community called Gaming in Color. They have a $50,000 goal with 47 days left. They've already made $5K. I'm actually going to be donating to that. Just letting you guys know. If you're looking for it, I would just go to the Kickstarter page and then just search for Gaming in Color. So, yeah. And then this wasn't really a news article, but this was just me noticing things on Twitter. Supergiant Games, based in Seattle, were one of the most popular exhibits at PAX East this year. Huh?
Are they based in Seattle? They're
Yeah,
based in
dude.
California.
I thought they were based in Seattle.
I applied at them, actually, when they were looking for someone, and they were down in California.
Oh,
I don't know where they are, but I
don't know
don't
where
think
they
it
are
is
either.
Seattle.
Really?
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it was Cali.
oh.
I
Well,
don't have service at all.
anyways, but yeah, they were one of the most popular ones. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
For their new game, what's the new game that's coming out?
Transistor
Transistor. Yeah.
will play.
Also,
I will play it.
when they were asking people to apply for a 3D artist gig, which is what I applied for and didn't get because, they're super giant.
Yeah.
They're super giant.
Exactly. They wanted you to tell them how awesome you thought otters were.
Really?
That was one of the.
I do like
factors.
otters.
Yeah.
Otters.
Yeah.
They're
They-
neat.
Dude, they break shells on their tummies.
They
That's
play.
badass.
They hold hands.
They
hold
play.
hands.
They play and they eat.
Dude,
That's what they do.
that's brutal. Yeah, and then shout outs to the guy behind the game, the tabletop game Drinking Quest. According to all of his Twitters or all of his tweets that he was doing while PAX East was going on, is he was either A, hungover, B, drinking, or C, already drunk off of whiskey, like the entire time. I mean, I'm probably just like completely messing up all of the tweets that he was saying, but like from what I saw on Twitter from his account is that he was drunk almost the entire time, or hungover, or drinking.
Just forever drunk.
Yeah, just forever drunk. But yeah, the game Drinking Quest looks really cool. It's basically like a drinking game tabletop where like they blended D&D with card game and drinking, and you actually have like a little character sheet that you make, and you actually go on like little adventures and get drunk during the process. And it looks like a lot of fun. Like I'm gonna get it. Like I'm gonna give them my money because it looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the news that I have. I don't know if you guys had anything
I just
else.
wanted to bring up that Capcom has decided to stop making games and just make crossovers now.
Oh.
Also, I'm being sarcastic. But
Also, one more thing that, now that you mentioned Capcom,
yeah.
they're gonna remake the DuckTales game.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, dude, they're remaking DuckTales. They're
DuckTales
and the-
remastered.
Yeah, it's the same game, but the animations, so the environments are gonna be in 3D, like, so it's gonna be 2.5D, and the character models, like the sprites, look almost identical to the show.
Yeah.
Not kidding. Like, the sprites look like they're directly copied and pasted from the show. It's filthy.
That's Philip Thomas.
Sure, yeah, Phil T. Phil T.
That's my guy, Phil T. That's tight. No,
dude,
yeah.
I'm super psyched. So yeah, they should probably do the same thing with Chippendales Rescue Rangers. 'Cause
Ooh,
I'm waiting for a
that
good Tailspin game.
Chippendales MMORPG.
Chippendales Rescue
Yo,
Rangers.
actually, I read that they canceled. Apparently, they were making a Mega Man MMO, and they canceled it. They'd been
Because they
How would they
cancel
do that?
everything good Mega Man.
they've been working on it since since 2010.
What would be your avatar? Like, would it be just like a robot you make?
You make a robot, and
Okay.
there's different types of robots that do different things.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Megaverse, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, and then also they've announced they're doing a crossover fighting game with Sonic.
Okay.
I think that's really cool. I think
is
it'll be
actually pretty
fun.
cool.
It's Capcom, and it's a fighting game, which means it'll be playable by everyone. Because
Yeah.
Capcom loves to even the playing field in fighting games. And then also, they are doing that Resident Evil crossover too. Resident Evil Left 4 Dead crossover. Did you see that?
Pretty tight.
Really?
Basically, you play Left 4 Dead, and it looks and
They're gonna put Left 4 Dead characters in Resident Evil and Resident Evil characters in Left 4 Dead.
So those are going to be canon to each other
No.
now.
No. It's
No, they're
not canon. Just a crossover.
Yeah, just
just a
different
crossover.
characters.
Like
Yeah. So it'll be like you're playing Resident Evil, but you can play as the cast.
Coach.
From, yeah, you can play as Coach and Ellis.
French call me coach. Football.
Coach is so tight.
You like that?
It's Tyler's dad.
Yeah.
Coach is
Pretty much.
Tyler's dad. No
Football.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Ego Raptor. It's
Except Coach isn't
somebody
completely
else.
bald, is he?
Yeah, well,
No.
I think Coach has these things.
Yeah.
And your dad doesn't do that.
No, my
But your dad's like-
I thought Coach
bald.
was just bald.
Your dad's like
I think Coach might just
Coach
be
is just
bald.
bald.
Yeah.
your
Coach-
dad is basically just 9'10" Coach. Just
Yeah.
literally 9 feet 10 inches tall version of Coach.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
so cool. But yeah.
still.
And then they're
Shout
gonna-
outs to Steve.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna put Resident Evil 6 zombies in Left 4 Dead.
Oh,
as
they
like
should
special
just
infected.
Stop. Oh, they should just stop.
Nah, that'll be fun.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's just.
We'll play it.
We're done with that.
You're already playing
We're
it.
done with that.
I can't wait for the League of Legends crossover. I can't wait until they put Street Fighter characters in League of Legends.
That would be cool.
I'll play it.
They already have Mortal Kombat characters in there.
I know.
Yeah.
They got sued for that.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. Because they put all those skins back up for sale.
They didn't put them back up. Which ones?
All the
The Shen ones?
Mm-hmm.
They're on.
They put them because for Christmas, Chad got me the $25 League of Legends card,
Yeah, for
and
Christmas.
then they brought out all the like Grimace. Don't give me your Tim and Eric face.
Grimace.
But no, I went on there and there was a sale and like they brought back basically it was every single character skin except for This Is Not Blitzcrank.
Definitely not Blitzcrank.
Yeah,
That's my
definitely not
favorite skin, and they
Wait.
still have not released it again.
What about referee Katarina?
I think that.
Yeah,
might
that they let that one.
Damn it!
Yeah,
It's the only reason I want to play Katarina because that skin is so cool looking.
yeah. I the only skin I want is definitely not Blitzcrank. I don't want the Piltover. I don't want that one. The
You
one
don't
where
need
he's
it.
got the-
Well, you have iRobot.
yeah, he's
You have
he
iBlitzcrank.
looks so cool. He looks so filthy. So yeah, I guess that'll do it.
Yeah.
for us. I guess that's it.
Fat Tyler signing out.
Jossum, signing off.
Keeper leaving.
Thank you for sounding somber, guys. That is really awesome. This is Raccoon Chad of Troll Stomp Gaming signing off. You can
Logging
find us.
I already signed off.
Find us on.
No, I signed off. You signed out.
Oh.
You can find us on Facebook.com/TrollStompGaming, Twitter @TrollStompGaming, no G at the end. On Tumblr, it's
Trollstompgaming.tumblr.com.
and we're also on Pinterest, Pinterest.com/TrollStompGaming.
That's like Reddit for girls.
Pretty.
And then we're on actual Reddit, Troll Stomp Gaming. And then
You could say that a little bit louder because you're like
Reddit /r/Troll Stomp Gaming, I think.
Nice. Way to know the page that we actually have. That's cool.
I just look up Troll Stomp Gaming.
That's true. Yeah, you can just look us up.
I wouldn't after I heard that.
And if you're really cool, you're listening to this on iTunes. Way to go. If you're not, then go to the iTunes and search for The Final Boss. You'll find us. We're the first search term. Thanks for listening, guys. That'll do it for this episode.
Bye.
Bye.